Hello students, good morning. Here your teacher Dolcy. How are you all? So today we are going to start a new topic named parturition. As you know, this is the last step in the process of fertilization. It means the expelling out of fully formed young spring from the mother's uterus after the gestation period. Means whenever the 9 months of pregnancy of a human female get completed, then that female delivered out that baby out of its body. That process of expelling out of fully formed young one out of the body of the mother is known as parturition. As you know, parturition varies or it differs within species to species. The period of gestation is variable within different species. Some have larger days, some have small. But in human beings, it is the period of about 40 weeks, or we can say it is the period of about 280 days. Or when we convert these days into months, it results in formation of 9.8 months after the last menstruation that occurred in the female body. But about 266 days after the fertilization, that is about 38 weeks. Actually, what it is going to represent that there is difference between the fertilization and the absence of menstrual phase. Fertilization occurs after the ovulation within 14, 15 to 16 days, but when you become capable to recognize the pregnancy, that day is the absence of menstruation. So here this is the difference of 14 days between the ovulation and absence of menstruation. Hence there is variability or the difference of 2 weeks between the observation of fertilization. The after the fertilization period is of 38 days, while after the absence of menstruation, that is of 40 weeks. Now, what is the mechanism of parturition? That how the parturition occurs? So parturition is induced by a complex type of neuroendocrine mechanism. Neuro means your brain also works, and what actually works is the endocrine system or the hormonal system that triggered the fully formed fetus, the baby, and the placenta, and that is known as fetal ejection reflex. So the developing fetus, it secretes some hormone through its adrenal gland, and these hormones when diffuse into the maternal blood, means mother's blood, then they accumulate to stimulate the release of some other hormones in the body of the human female, and that female ultimately result in expression of number of factors. After the stimulation, the human female releases the hormone oxytocin that is released from the posterior pituitary lobe of the mother's pituitary gland. This oxytocin causes the forceful contraction of the smooth muscles of the myometrium, and these forceful contraction leads to the labor pain in the human female, which pushes the young one gradually out of the dilated cervix, that is the plug region present anterior to the vaginal opening. And this opening or the expulsion or the dilation of the cervix is caused by a hormone that is known as relaxin. Okay, and this relaxin hormone is released by the placenta after the completion of gestation period. Okay, then the vagina, that is the with the head foremost, that is at the outermost end of the birth canal, the uterine contraction stimulate further secretion of more and more oxytocin, and in this way, with the release of oxytocin secretion, the contraction of uterus become triggered. They become more and more triggered, and these triggered and the fast contraction of the uterus result in a kind of reflex that occur in the lumbar region of the spinal cord, and these contraction of the abdominal muscles result in mild ejection reflux. Means these are the kind of smooth pains or the smooth labor pains that occur every half hour of the quarter or 1/4 of the hour. These are said to be the mild ejection. Then with this they become more frequent, means the frequency or the number of these kind of contraction, it increases with the time. And the first stage of that labor is known as just the dilation and the opening of cervix. When the cervix it opens, the fetal membrane it bursts, amniotic fluid is released out of the body, but the female fetal membranes it remain behind in the uterus. This expulsion stage it lasts for about 20 minutes to 1 hour. This water shedding stage, the water or the amniotic fluid when it shed out of the body of the human female, this period is of about 20 minutes to 1 hour, and this is further followed by a placental stage that is of 10 to 45 minutes. In the placental stage, what happens that the umbilical cord, placenta, and the fetal membrane they are allowed to expelled out as decidua, means they are expelled out after the birth of the baby. Means placental stage is that stage which occurs after the actual parturition of the baby out of the body of the human female. It is because after the childbirth, the uterus reduces in size, causing the detachment of placenta. Means with the delivery of the baby, the size of uterus reduces, and that reduced size of uterus, it ultimately causes the detachment of the placenta from the human female. And the umbilical cord is tied up and then cut, and then a cut is made to detach the segment of the umbilical cord with the baby or navel, and rest is cut out, which finally shrinks into a depressed scar that is known as umbilicus or navel. I hope you know about the navel. A kind of tube that is known as umbilical cord is observed or present at the time of the birth of the human baby. That umbilical cord is ultimately cut after the delivery, but a small segment is remained attached to the navel region. Okay, when you cut that, it degenerates, and the leftover part is present in our body to represent the attachment, and that depression or a kind of representing scar is present that is known as umbilicus or the navel. That is present even in the fully developed adult man as well. This is the characteristic feature of a living organism to have navel throughout its life. Sometimes the fetus it fails to come out, then the baby is delivered by surgical procedure after giving a cut to the abdomen, and that kind of delivery of the baby is said to be cesarean, and the baby is said to be the cesarean. It is not actually the surgery that we call it, it is cesarean. It is a kind of process in which surgically a baby is taken out of the body of the human female by making a cut in the abdomen of the mother. So what are the hormones that are responsible for the parturition? So the hormones are oxytocin and the relaxin. Oxytocin is the hormone that undergoes or that stimulates powerful contraction in the myometrium or the muscular layer of the baby, the mother. That is said to be the oxytocin, which is responsible for powerful contraction of the myometrium. While the second hormone is relaxin, it causes the widening of pallus, hence it relaxes the pubic symphysis, or actually it is necessary for dilation of the pubic area to ensure the birth of the baby. So both these hormones, oxytocin and the relaxin, they work competitively or simultaneously each other. Oxytocin first induces the contractions of uterus, which expels out the baby, and then relaxin dilates the pubic region to ensure the delivery of the baby easy. Okay. So now last topic for today is about the hormones that are secreted, and these are very important point that you should notice. That we have a hormone HCG, human chronic gonadotropin, HPL, human placental lactogen, and the relaxin hormone. These are the hormones that are produced in the human female during the pregnancy period, and the levels of these hormones are high during pregnancy to support the growth of fetus, its metabolic rate, and the pregnancy. Okay. Next hormone, the placenta, it acts as a physiological barrier or as a ultra filter between the blood of the mother and the baby, and this is the kind of barrier which prevents the entry of number of pathological organisms. But as I told you, It allows some kind of harmful organism also to pass through it, but mostly it prevents the entry. Next is corpus luteum. It degenerates during the second trimester, means after the 6 months of the pregnancy, as the placenta is fully formed, because the function of corpus luteum is to produce progesterone. That progesterone can now be produced by the placenta. Hence, it degenerates after the completion of 6 months of the pregnancy. There is no contact between the fetal blood and the mother blood so as to prevent transfer of maternal hormone and pathogen to the baby, so that directly no transfusion of the pathogen or any kind of hormone occur between the baby and the mother. Basic structure of the baby is generally formed during first 3 months of the pregnancy. That developing stage of baby is known as fetus. The rudiments of the system have been formed, means if you said that heart is not fully formed, but actually the remnant of heart is developed during the first 3 months. So this is the period of major structural modification and specialization, and if any kind of hormonal imbalance is observed during this period, that led to a kind of discomfort or a kind of degeneracy in the baby. Pregnancy is maintained mainly by a hormone that is known as progesterone, and it is known as the pregnancy hormone. Next are the teratogens. You must know what are the teratogens. Teratogens are those physical, chemical, and biological agents which cause some kind of malfunctioning. Means your fingers can be polydactyly can be observed. Means you have more than 5 fingers. You have a cut in your palatal region. You may have cut in your upper lip region. These kind of problems can be observed due to teratogens. Teratogens can be of any type. They can be of a pathogenic type. They can be any kind of steroid type. They result in formation of monster. So they are known as monster farming type of chemicals. It includes certain kind of pathogens and some kind of drugs as well. Okay. Next is, just after the birth, the infant lungs they expand and the pulmonary respiration starts. This is very important, that whenever the pulmonary respiration starts in the human baby, so it is just after its birth. There are major problems that we observed in circulatory system as the blood flows through the umbilical cord. Means I hope you observed some kind of oval window, the fenestra ovalis in the heart region. They are actually the remnants of the circulatory system that we observe in the human baby before the birth. Okay, they are not remnants, they are actually degenerated part that actually work during the time of pregnancy. So this is all for today. In next lecture we will start lactation, and in other lecture we will start about some of the important factors related to the reproduction. In this way we will complete this chapter. If you have any doubt, you can ask. Thank you.